in 2023, September 2023, Pogba was banned for 4 years following a doping violation. But some days back, I want to say Pogba is back. Because some days back, we saw him signing his contract as new Monaco player. I think they've given him the number 10 shirt itself. Number 10 for Pogba. But I don't want to even talk about the signing now. It was what happened before he signed, where Pogba was in tears. I'll not lie to you, but I felt for him. Like, I felt his pain. Like, it got me emotional. Like, I was like, what a life. This was once upon a time the best midfielder, or let me say one of the best midfielders in the world, World Cup winner, made World 11. But all of a sudden, he started having family issues. Sometimes I ask myself, they'll tell you family is everything.
Village man, in a village, people start a portion.
But they'll tell you family is everything. But me now, I'm beginning to look at that thing like, that thing is not true.
You see, the issue is that
why will a family member, or let me say your brothers or people, want to pull you down like that because you are more successful than them, or what? Come on.
Yeah, I think that's human nature, like the greedy, the bad side, the black side of human nature. Everybody has the good side and the bad side. So when you allow, as a human being, when you allow the other side take over you, that's the greedy side of you take over you. These are some of the things that happen. And again, there is this siblings jealousy, almost every family. So, but the ability to kind of, should I say, how to control it as a person is what makes your family above other families. It happens almost in every family. The moment you have 2 to 3 siblings, whether they are male or female, that siblings rivalry definitely will happen from your childhood age to your adulthood age. It will continue to happen. But the level at which you control that's what makes up the kind of family you have. And then when you have let's say an overhead, for example, let's say your dad, your mom, that's why if they are still around, if they are still alive to control, let's say they've been the ones controlling that jealousy, those greediness and everything coming up from all the siblings. But if they are still around to your adulthood age, to be able to curtail some of these issues, then it's going to make sense for all of you. But when they are also part of the problem, that is where the whole issue continues to escalate.
Are you saying that the problem came from the parents, that they saw all these things and didn't do anything about it?
No, I believe some of these things are manifesting, maybe at a kind of an early stage of their careers, all of them, because all of them were football players, all of them. But the 2 elder brothers he had and everything, because I could remember there was this time that he even had an issue with some is a Man United legend when he was in Man. I think after one of your Europa League games, where he was laughing with his brother, the one from France, the one that was playing in, is it Nantes or something in France?
Saint-Etienne.
Saint-Etienne, yeah. So, and some Man United legends were saying that this is not part of the game. It was after the game. It wasn't even during the game. It was after the game where Pogba had to he went to meet his brother. They were laughing. They were kind of trying to throw punches or something. This kind of laugh siblings kind of way of connecting. So, and some Man United legends were like, no, that he's not supposed to do that, blah, 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 that is football and all this stuff, that he should do it behind the scene, not in front of the camera. And so many people were like, no, these are siblings first. Football, humanity comes, or brotherhood comes first before even the football. So, and then some people were even saying that had it been is a white guy that did that, maybe they wouldn't have complained. So, that one aside. Now, even after that, there were some underground problems that were coming up regarding him and his family. that they were extorting him, including the mother. I don't know if you can remember, and that's why I made that opening, statement about it escalates when the family are also involved in the problem. Not even for them, they are the ones that are supposed to control these kind of things. But when they are involved in the problem, then these kind of issues escalate. So the mother at one certain point in time was joined the brothers and were extorting him. So, and if we're all from Africa, Nigeria, or Africa in general, these kind of things are mostly the major issues surrounding professional athletes, not just footballers, professional athletes, or anybody that has gone to make it outside of Africa. These are some of the things that tend to happen, and immediately I saw that, I was like, no, even though that Pogba was born in France, but everybody knows that he has the African origin, but still the African mentality has still chased him, or has still his brothers still applied that African mentality on him. I don't know if you can remember, is it Basi in Nigeria, Nigerian team, Basi in Fulham. I think it's Basi in Fulham or one other player. There's this new player that was called up to Nigeria. Is playing the number striker role for us. Akoro, what's his name? I forgot. The name is long, one Yoruba name like that. So
I
the guy,
remember.
I think he also had issues. There was a time that I saw it on social media that people are asking for money from Nigeria, blah blah blah. I think Basi too made some comments that people are disturbing him in his timeline for money and from Nigeria and all that. Even some people that he doesn't even know and all that. So I think this is the mentality that. So if just imagine, these ones are complaining of people that are not even footballers are asking them for money, but his brothers are playing at the professional level, but they are
Yeah,
still extorting. They are
that's
still
the problem.
extorting. So that's the problem. And then the mother, she's supposed to be like the bridge or the block between the brothers and Pogba. And she ended up joining them to extort, the brother. So some families are just messed up. That's just some families are just messed up. And I think that was what he had the family issue, and then it accumulated, and then he made an honest mistake, which was taking a drink that had a supplement of DHEA. I think that's dehydroepiandrosterone. So it's more
Where did
like
you
a
see the drink?
hormone. You say?
Where did you see the drink?
What do you say? I didn't get
I
you.
said, where did he see the drink? Where did he see the drink?
I can't actually recall, but I think it was prescribed to him. Yeah, let me remember. I just recall. It was prescribed to him by his doctor. The supplement, it was more like a supplement, just like uh you see footballers taking some supplements.
Okay.
Just like you see some footballers taking some supplements, like probably let's say maybe vitamin A supplement for eyesight, vitamin D for stronger bones, and all that stuff. So I think from what I read about the whole case, it was suggested to him by his doctor that to take the drink. So he didn't know that the drink had that DHEA in it, and that DHEA is more like
Because
an agent
if
that
it was suggested to him by the
testosterone,
doctor, why did FIFA ban him
taking
for it?
testosterone is banned in sports.
I said if it was
You
suggested
say?
if
You
it was
say?
suggested to him by a doctor, why did FIFA ban him?
I think if you can remember, he he was he was first of all banned
Yeah, I
for
know
four
it was
years.
banned for four
Then
years.
it was
Later
later
they reduced it to 18
then
months.
it was later reduced to 18 months. So I
Yeah.
think that was what helped his case. That was what helped his case. The evidence was found out that it wasn't him directly that took the drug. So it was, and he didn't know because it is his doctor's duty to tell him that that drink has DHEA in it, and then DHEA is an agent for boosting testosterone levels. So it's not his own duty to know that. But we all know how the law works all over the world. Even if you make an honest mistake, even if somebody gives you something, let's say, for example, somebody hands over, somebody kills somebody with a gun and then decides that, okay, please help me hold this bag. And then the gun is inside the bag. And then maybe police will just stop by, stop you, and then search the bag and find out the gun. Even if they later find out that you are not the person that killed the other, victim and all that, they will still find a way to maybe send you to jail for 2 years, 2 or 3 years. They'll say, yeah, you are possessing firearm, something like that. So that is just how the law works most of the times, especially when it comes to all these, celebrities, athletes, musicians, they tend to people the law tends to be stiff on them, especially in developed countries, America, Europe, and all that. In Africa, we all know if you're a celebrity, there are so many things that you get away with it. But there, that is where they want to even pounce on you because I believe that what they are trying to do is they are trying to send a message to general populace that you cannot just do anything and get away with it. So if you can lock a professional football player for 18 months or put him in jail for possessing drugs or for taking drugs, what do you call it, performance enhancing drugs, then nobody will take those kind of drugs and will just go scot-free. So I think that was what
The
happened
good
to
thing is
him.
that
And I think
he's
that's
back.
one of the reasons why his ban was reduced.
Yeah.
But
I said
then after during the ban, the whole saga is not even about the ban. The saga, like after he came back, and started talking to the media. Oh, so there were so many things that he revealed to the media, to the public, let me say, which is that one of it is the obvious. Whenever you are up, whenever you have made it in life, because I believe he has made it, whenever you have made it in life as a person, you tend to have new friends in whatever profession you are. You definitely have new friends. Like there's this common saying in Nigeria that if you buy a new car, that you are going to have new friends because of that new car that you have. So whenever you have a new job and it's a well-paying job, then you're going to have new friends that are going to surround you. And then coupled with the fact that he has a bad family, he has an issue with his family. Now he's going to have new friends. Now those new friends, immediately he had that issue. And the only way that you get to know your friends are fake, oh, they are real, is when you run into some real trouble.
yeah.
And that was exactly what happened to him. And then in reference to Pogba, let me recall. I'm sorry, the network. You know how the
No
network.
problem. No problem.
So as I was saying,
In respect to
at
Pogba,
one yes. So at one certain point in time, if you can remember, there's this hip hop artist, Fat Joe, where when back then when in secondary school, he was one of the hit artists in the hip hop industry. So at once I read one time that at one certain point in time in his career, he made so many friends that whenever he calls for a party in his house, like his house gets filled up to the brim. Like he has any place he's passing, he was very popular, and all that. So he decided to test the popularity, he decided to test who his real friends are because at that point in time, he didn't know who are his real friends and who are his, the people that are just there for what he is, for the cake. So he just declared that at one day he just declared that he's bankrupt. He had to make some connections with some financial guys. They came into his house, confiscated some of his properties, and he showed to the world that he was bankrupt. And he started living small. And gradually, the amount of friends he had, started diminishing. They thinned down every day, and he was left with no more than two friends, just two out of the thousands or the hundreds of friends that he had as at that time. Just it remained to just like two friends back then. And even those two friends, like I had to even test them over time and all that. But I finally ended up with just those two friends in the end. So well, and then that was when he realized
he
and
has
I think
friends.
even his wife as at then left. So that was when he realized all of them were just there for the cake, for the money and all that. And that's the same thing that's happened to Pogba. Just like he said, so many of his friends, footballers and non-footballers alike, abandoned him. They were not there for him. When he was trying to, even his own wife was not there for him. So just so you can imagine how his family has already disappointed him. The people that he was considering as family are now no longer there for him because of whatever has happened to him. So I think he even made mention that one certain point in time it was the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo that were even helping him out, that were even trying to help him out. And then there's this misinterpretation going around when somebody says so person is helping me out. People will just, especially we of the Africa origin, will just think that it's just money. It's not. Sometimes it's not even about the money. It's the psychological
A phone
support.
call can go a long way.
I'm telling you, it will go a long way. When somebody is facing, some difficult times and all that, you just have to, sometimes you visit him, sometimes you make some, phone call, sometimes you check up on his immediate family because I believe he has kids. You check up on his children. These are some of the things that you do as human beings. And if at all we've been doing that, I doubt if we're going to have more problems in this current world. We're not going to have more problems like this. But the fact that everybody just care about himself, and if you look at the Europe way is just about everybody's about himself. Everybody's fending for himself. Everybody's fighting for himself. Nobody cares about the other person. And that is why, to an extent, I like team sports. That's sport like football, hockey, basketball, and other things because on your own you cannot do it. You have to collaborate with others. So even if you are not that team guy, there's no how you can make it in that team because you have to collaborate with other people.
You must work with the guys.
Yes. So that's just it. And
But I said
and it's back. It's good that it's back.
the good thing now is that he's back. He has signed
He's
his
back.
contract. I was even reading something that he said he's just like he's feeling like a kid that just signed a professional contract again all the
Yeah,
time.
of course.
So,
No.
but I'm just hoping that he's fit and can get back to his can get going next season because we all know that Pogba is a very 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 skillful guy, a very good player, intelligent player.
Yeah. Very,
Yeah, somebody
very
that
good.
loves. He plays a lot. Yeah, we cannot take down away
Yeah.
from him. He plays a lot, dances and all those things like that. But you cannot take that football IQ away from him. He's a very very good footballer. So I'm just
Yeah,
hoping
put
that
that
he
ball
plays
like
well next season, and let's see how he's going to. Let's see how he's going to play in the Monaco side. I
yeah,
think they qualified for Champions League,
exactly.
right? Monaco qualified for Champions League, so we're going to see Boba next season in the Champions League. I think they qualified. I think so.
Yeah, they're in the Champions League. They're in the
So we're going to see
Champions League.
Boba next season in the Champions League, and let's see what he will do. So, anyways,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Hamisu, for joining me. I'll I'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you.